Hey there, and welcome to Daily Sage Insights. Today we're diving into some timeless wisdom that can help us grow in ways we might not even realize. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard of Confucius, but you may not know how his ideas can still shape our lives today. Stick around until the end, because the final lesson I'll share is one that could completely change the way you approach personal growth. Ready? Let's jump in. Confucius was a philosopher and teacher from ancient China who lived around 500 BCE. His ideas about ethics, respect, and self-improvement have transcended time and are still influencing us today. He believed that in order to lead a meaningful life, we must first look inward. Sound familiar? That's the foundation of self-reflection, the first step in any journey of personal growth. Confucius once said, "The superior man is one who, when making a mistake, is aware of it." To me, this quote speaks volumes. It's not about being perfect, it's about being aware and then taking action to improve. So how do we put this into practice? Well, let me share a personal story. A few years ago, I found myself stuck in a cycle: work, home, sleep, repeat. I wasn't growing. It wasn't that I wasn't busy, but I realized I wasn't taking time to check in with myself. I wasn't reflecting on how I was feeling, where I was headed, or if I was even enjoying the ride. One evening, I decided to try something different. I sat down with a journal, something I hadn't done in months. I asked myself simple questions. What am I grateful for? What's working in my life? What do I want to change? That moment of stillness, of simply reflecting, was like a reset button. It wasn't a magic cure, but it was the beginning of a transformation. This practice of reflecting daily became a cornerstone of my personal growth. And this is what Confucius was getting at. How can you grow if you don't know where you stand first? Self-reflection, when practiced regularly, brings clarity. It helps us understand who we are, what our values are, and what we really want from life. Confucius reminds us, to know what you know and what you do not know, that is true knowledge. This isn't just about memorizing facts or being able to quote a philosopher, it's about knowing yourself deeply. Think about it. How often do we get caught up in the noise of the world, in other people's opinions, in expectations? It's easy to lose sight of what really matters. But self-reflection allows us to hit pause, assess our actions, and align them with our true selves. When we reflect on our decisions, our habits, our emotions, we gain control over them rather than letting them control us. So, how can you start? Set aside just 10 minutes each day. It could be in the morning, with a cup of coffee, or at night before bed. Find a quiet space and ask yourself some guiding questions. What did I learn today? How did I feel? Was there a moment I could have handled differently? It's that simple. These small moments of reflection can lead to big changes. Now, reflection and growth aren't just about asking the right questions. They're also about mindfulness. Confucius said, "When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves." What does that mean? It's about using the world around us as a mirror. When we see something in others that bothers us, it's an opportunity to reflect on what that might say about us. For example, if you get upset when someone cuts you off in traffic, it might say something about your own impatience or your attachment to control. Instead of letting anger take over, you can use that moment to reflect. Why did this bother me? What does it say about my own thoughts and habits? This is mindfulness in action. It's a powerful tool for personal growth. Now, the final lesson I promised to share. Confucius's greatest advice for personal growth isn't just about reflection or mindfulness. It's about taking action. He said, "Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance." Understanding that we don't have all the answers frees us to keep learning and growing. You see, growth doesn't happen from sitting and thinking alone. It happens when you take what you've learned and apply it. Maybe it's asking for feedback, trying a new skill, or taking a leap of faith in a new direction. Growth is about constantly moving forward, even when you don't have all the answers. So here's my challenge to you. Take a moment each day to reflect. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Just find time to ask yourself, where am I? Where do I want to go? And then take one small step forward. Personal growth is a journey, not a destination. And as Confucius so wisely put it, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So what's your first step going to be? Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more inspiring content. And remember, the most important thing you can do for yourself today is to reflect, learn, and grow. See you next time.